Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm blow drying my lashes.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
What's happened?
Wait,
Turn that off.
No, I'm just doing my lashes.
I don't want him to think that I'm upset about him because I'm not.
Take a breather and get back out there.
You're going to need to blow dry them.
Blow dry them.
Blow dry them. Come on.
At the start of the season, if you had told me that I would eventually like Harriet, I would have said no, because I felt she was very fake and very overdramatic. But she's actually grown on me throughout the season. And then, oh my God, I really loved Ayo and Mimi's date. That was the sweetest thing ever. I like how laid back they are. They are so non-confrontational. They're very easygoing. And so it's cute to see them and cute to see them enjoy themselves. And then the bombshells. Matilda, the fact that she knows Ronnie. Every bombshell that has come in outside of these last two girls has known Ronnie. Well, the girls anyway, because Uma said she made out with Ronnie. Now Matilda knows Ronnie. It is what it is. And Connor has a set off on him because he went for all three girls that are in couples and he has the boys shaking, and I'm here for that. Anyway, hey there, thanks for stopping by, to girl Valerie. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, click the like button, turn on the notification bell for when I upload new videos, and definitely leave a comment. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Love Island UK season 11 episode 15. It's sad that Samantha is gone, but hey, such is life. You have Joey sulking around the fire pit, and it's like, why are you sulking? You should have had these conversations with her the moment you realized that your connection with Grace was very strong. You should have prepared her for Grace choosing you. And so for you to want to say goodbye to her and remember that your 2 weeks worth of history is a bit too late. And so the guys were sort of consoling him and sort of comforting him because they could tell that he was really struggling. And it's like, why is he struggling? Is he struggling that he didn't sort of push her to get to know anyone else because she was his safety blanket? Or is he struggling because he really cared about her? And I don't know. Grace was feeling some type of way because it was a good thing she gave him space. It was a good thing she gave him space for the boys to sort of try and process with him, because I think it would have been too much for her to sort of go there and try and console him that, oh, I'm sorry that your girl that you've been pursuing a connection with has left, but I'm here. So I get it. But what I found a bit fake was when Jesse and Nicole was sort of went across with Uma to have a conversation with Grace because she was sitting with Tiffany, and was sort of saying it's not your fault that she went home. And it's like, but you girls have been nasty and you've been saying that you are, Samantha's friend. So why are you comforting the person who took Samantha's guy? Make that make sense. Stand on business. These girls, I said it before, they're just like leaves in the wind. Wherever the wind is blowing, that's where they go. You have Ronnie have a conversation with Tiffany. He's happy to be in a couple with Tiffany. Ronnie is confused.com. That's what I'm going to say. He's confused.com. He doesn't know what he wants. So he likes to chase, and once he gets the girl, he doesn't know what to do with her. And so he's chasing the next thing. So he had a conversation with Tiffany and was saying he's happy to be in a couple with her. He's happy that, they get to explore their connection and it's just going to be all about her. Yet when he had it, and he's going to tell Harriet, when he had a conversation with Harriet, Sean stole my girl. And it's like, which is it? Are you pursuing things with Tiffany, or are you still interested in Harriet? I like the fact that Harriet gave him ground rules that you shouldn't cuddle in bed and you shouldn't kiss in bed. Yeah, we didn't see him kiss in bed, but he still kissed her before they went to bed. And it's like, make it make sense. Make it make sense. Make a choice. If not, let the girls choose for you, and then that's it. I love Sean and Harry's friendship. They sat down. She was very grateful and was very thankful, and she actually thanked him. And he said, I chose you because with Jess, she chose me to give me an opportunity, and then shut it down the very day that she chose me. So I didn't feel the need to couple up with her again. And it was nice to see Harriet give him feedback and encourage him to continue to pursue it and see if he can explore connections with any of the new girls that come in. And it was like, oh my God, this is the friendship that we need. This is the type of friendship that we need. So you have Jess and Nicole sort of around the mini fire pit, consoling each other that Samantha's left. Oh, she's left with her head held high, blah, blah. Yeah, she's left with a lot of steam. She's going to milk this Joey thing to get her as much publicity as she can and to get herself as much sort of star power, or yes, sort of star power behind her. That way she can get as many deals as she can. And yet a few minutes later, you have Nicole on the terrace kissing, a Kieran, and it's like, which is it? Are you crying about your friend leaving, or was it just an act? You just wanted to make sure that she knew that you moaned her, and then you went off to your guy. Make that make sense. If you're going to cry, cry. Don't cry a few minutes and then go and be consoling your boyfriend and making out with your boyfriend and saying he's the best thing that you've had and he's the only one you want. Make it make sense. You then have the islanders get ready for bed, and it's always sad when somebody leaves. It's always sad when somebody leaves, but I think it was a good thing that people didn't make a big deal out of it. I loved the little conversation that Grace and Joey had, in the sense that she was right to say, yeah, you wanted to talk to her, but you didn't need to sort of approach her in a room with all the other girls because she was going to feel some type of way, because it's a little too late for you to be wanting to have a conversation. And him laughing and saying, oh, you know, he was receptive though. He was receptive. This I can give him, because I think he really likes her and he has a lot of respect for her. So he didn't yell, he didn't tell her off, he didn't ignore her. He actually listened. And then at the end said, oh, I like you, you know, trying to tell me off. The girls got ready for the night. Everybody got in bed, and it was surprising that there was Joey and Grace making out in bed. Everybody else seemed to behave themselves in bed. So in the morning, it doesn't seem like there's any more debriefs on Love Island, which I love. Instead, they have just the hot topics be discussed. So you have Joey and Ronnie sit down for a conversation, and I think Joey keeps going to Ronnie because he knows Ronnie will give him the advice that he wants. He won't go to any of the other guys because he knows they are going to question him and he's not going to sort of like the advice that they give. So he's going to the person who he knows is just as silly as him and will give him the advice that he wants, and won't question why he's doing certain things. And then you have the girl sort of have a catch up sort of with Tiffany, wanting to find out how she's going, how her connection was with Ronnie, and they're sort of, you have Jess asking, so did you make out in bed? Did you do this? I think she's trying to see how strong Ronnie's feelings are for Tiffany, because on the very first night he was making out in bed with Harriet, and so it makes it seem like he's physically attracted to Harriet and maybe emotionally attracted to Tiffany. And then you had, you know, Tiffany having a conversation with Grace, sort of saying, you know, she felt some type of way about the way Harriet behaved, and she feels like, you know, Harriet wasn't the nicest to her. And it's like, Harriet has the right to feel some type of way because she's invested a lot of time and patience into this guy, and she's endured a lot because of this guy, and yet at the first opportunity he's quick to jump ship. So she is entitled to feel how she feels. You might not understand it, but she's been through a lot and she deserves to feel how she feels. I love the fact that immediately Harriet came and they had a conversation and she explained herself to say, you know, I feel some type of way because I've really fancied Ronnie from the start and I haven't had an opportunity to sort of explore that, because first it was me and Jess, now it's me and you. So it doesn't seem like I've ever been given the opportunity to get to know this guy, and I really would have appreciated an opportunity to know him. And I love the fact that the islanders really know that Ronnie's up to no good, that he's just enjoying just playing with these girls, and he will never make a decision on who he really likes, because Ronnie was about to walk towards the girls and everyone, you know, on the daybeds was like, please don't, please don't, please don't. So he immediately ran and he hid. So he was sitting with Sean and Omar, and you had Sean advocate for his friend and sort of tell him that Harriet really likes you, and it's sad that you sort of are caught in these triangles and she can't really get an opportunity to be with you. And so I hope he takes this on board. Because he's saying, oh, well, I feel like Tiffany's more my speed and I could lock it with her. And we're like, nah, don't lie to us. Please don't lie, please. So you have Mimi and Harriet taking selfies, and they seem to have created this friendship, this bond, this a sisterhood between the two of them that I really love. They are always there to support and comfort one another during challenging times. So it's really cute to see. Mimi receives a text message to say that she's going on a boat date with Ayo. That was amazing. Kieran was so ecstatic for Ayo. I assume Kieran and Ayo are very close because of the way that he kept celebrating with Ayo, even when Ayo was getting dressed, was amazing. And you were sort of telling him that when you come back, you'll be a different person. You know, you're going to think think and feel differently about your partnership. So it was cute to see them on their date, and their conversations were just flowing freely. Ayo was sailing the boat, and so I love the fact that they spoke about their religion, they spoke about family, and Mimi wanted to find out, do you think your family will like me? And he said yes. I think my mom will like your calmness, particularly because of the way you handle the situations that happened. So my sister as well, I think, will love you, and if my sister is a 10-10, then we're smooth sailing. And so it was cute to see that he actually values her, and he values his family's sort of opinion on his relationships. They spoke about, his speech, and the fact that, they spoke about future dates, and that the bar has been set, and it has been set very high for him, because now he has to really work hard to impress her after this date on the boat. Back at the villa, you have Harriet. She's sort of having a conversation with Nicole, because I think Nicole is her backup friend when Mimi is not there. And she was just talking about the fact that, she doesn't know where she stands with Ronnie, because he still seems very confused. And that's when she found out that he kissed That's when she found out that Ronnie kissed Tiffany, and she felt some type of way because he had promised her that he wouldn't kiss her or make out with her. So she thought he had carried out his promise, but actually it seems he didn't. She had a conversation with Tiffany about that, to sort of say, you didn't tell me about the kiss. And Tiffany was like, well, it was just a peck. I didn't think anything of it. And it's like, but it is something. You should have just said, because you told Grace about it. So you should have told Harriet about it if you're going to have a conversation with Harriet about what happened with Ronnie. Just to be fair. And so it's sad to see Tiffany, and Harriet being at this place. I don't get why the girls are not holding Ronnie's feet to the fire. This is why he gets away with putting them in love triangles, left, right, and center, because he's never held accountable for whatever he does. And the fact that you had Joey sort of having a conversation and sort of asking him, because he sat down with the boys and was sort of saying initially that he's sort of doesn't know where he stands. And Sean told him, Harriet really likes you. If you don't like her, tell her the truth. And so for him to have a conversation with Joey and be told that if you're not feeling Harriet like that, tell her. And in the meantime, you had Harriet sort of cornering Tiffany about this case. And then he went to Harriet and said, well, I just want you to know that I want to concentrate on Tiffany, and that's it. And it's like, make it make sense. I think with Ronnie, he was enjoying playing with the girls. And now that he knows that Harriet has caught feelings for him, he is sort of taken aback, and this is why he's decided to end things completely. I think had Harriet been lighthearted about everything and not caught feelings, they would have kept going until eternity. But because she's caught feelings, and I think because he has a lot of respect for her and he cares about her, this is why he's decided to end things. Because with Jesse, it never ended things. He just kept going and going and going and sort of stringing along. But with Harriet, for me, I think he's more emotionally invested, and I think this is why he's realized that he's not serious. He's not ready for a serious commitment with anyone. And so instead of wasting Harriet's time, he's decided to be honest with her, because he could have still dangled her along the way Samantha was dangled by Joey, but he gave her the respect of sort of telling her. And I love the fact that Harriet then went to the girls' changing room and was crying, and when the girls walked in, she says, I'm drying my lashes. And it's like, oh my god, Harriet, can she be cuter? At first she used to annoy me, but it's her innocence that has got me. She does to me what Molly should have done last season, but Molly was very annoying, whereas Harriet, you can't help but like her as a person. You can't help but like her. And I love the fact that initially she didn't want to say anything. I think had Nicole gone in on her own, should have said everything that happened, but because Jesse was there, she didn't want to say anything given her history with Jesse, but eventually she had to say something. And I don't get why Ronnie followed her to the girls' changing room. This is why I say Ronnie, I think, really likes Harriet and he really cares about her, because he didn't need to follow her when she was crying. Somebody must have told her that she's crying. This is why he came and he stood outside the girls' changing room, and then he went back downstairs to the kitchen and he's busy telling Joey and everybody else, oh, she's crying, but it is what it is. I've done what's best for me. And it's like, if you've done what's best for you, why follow her? Why follow her? Why do you care what's happening with her? Why not just continue with where you are and your person and leave her alone to carry on with whatever else she's doing? So Mimi and Ayo return from their date, and you can see that Ayo is smitten. Ayo is smitten. He really likes Mimi. He's telling the guys, you know, he's over the love triangles. He's here for Mimi, and he really wants to treat her very well. And Mimi is just blushing, and the girls are happy for her that she really deserved this. And she really has been through a lot in this village. She deserves to have good things happen to her. So the guys are ecstatic, the girls are happy, and then you have a text message come in that there's 2 new bombshells that are walking in. So with the girls, well, the girl that's coming in, she has chosen Omar for the starter, Sean for the main, I think, and Will. And the guy is coming in with smoke because all the girls that he chose are girls that are in couples. They are girls in couples. So he started with Grace, and then Nicole was saying, "Oh, don't worry, the main meal is the most important one." And then it was Nicole, main meal, and then dessert was Mimi, and you could see the guys were quivering. Ronnie, Kieran, and Ayo, they didn't find this funny at all. They were not happy because they're thinking there's Jess and there's Harriet who are single, and he's leaving those 2 girls to pursue people that are already cemented in their couples. The guys aren't happy, and I love this. Let them sweat because they were very comfortable. Let them sweat. So the island is going to get ready for the night, and you can see that some of the partners are shaking, especially the guys, because they want to know who this Connor is, who has the cojones to sort of go after girls that are in couples. Even the girls are saying that this guy has golden balls because how dare he choose the girls that are unavailable? And it's like, well, he wants to stir crap up. If he's going to do that, he has to come in, he has to come in swinging. He can't come in going for the girls that are available. He has to choose girls that he can sort of try and turn their heads and be in the mix. And so it's interesting that when you see, I think Connor's good looking. Not sure about his hair, but he's good looking. Even Matilda, she is quite good looking as well. She seems very down to earth. She's a recruitment consultant. And I like the ages because Connor is 28 and she's 24, which makes sense. At least this time they're sort of making an effort to bring in guys that are a bit older, which is good. So you have them come in, they greet the islanders that are getting their meals ready. And then it seems Matilda knows Ronnie and everybody just goes, oh, here we go again. Everybody knows Ronnie. Everybody. And it's like, well, he said she dated his mate. And it's like, nah. Why didn't they bring somebody he knows who hasn't dated his mate? Because I want him to sort of show his bottom, because this is what he's been doing, going from girl to girl to girl to girl. And now I don't know whether he's going to pursue her since she's dated his mate for a couple of months. It's going to be interesting to see how that what goes on there. And I think Tiffany is starting to think, oh my God, so am I with the right person? Or I have a feeling she's going to start making moves and start going after Sean. That's the impression that I get. Because I think she's going to realize that, oh, maybe Ronnie's not it for me. And Ronnie will end up going back to Harriet. Oh, I'm sad that's the end of the episode. Well, there's voting, but hey, it is what it is. Thanks guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe, and click the link in my video to watch my review from episode 14. Bye guys.